The original line of Madballs, the balls that every 80s American kid wanted to grab a hold of. Yikes, let's do that again. The original line of Madballs toys were released from Amtoy, the same folks who brought us My Pet Monster. Amtoy was a subsidiary of American Greetings, the second largest American producer of greeting cards behind Hallmark. The first wave of 8 unique designs were released in 1985 and consisted of the gross-out characters Screamin' Mimi, Slobulus, Arg, Hornhead, Dustbrain, Oculus Orbis, Skullface, and Bashbrain, originally called Crackhead. Nice. The first series was made out of a harder rubber material, but after hundreds of complaints from parents across the country, the balls were then switched to a foam material for softer balls to prevent injuries. No more dangerous balls flying in the faces of innocent children. The next batch of succulent balls consisted of Snakebait, Freaky Fullback, Splitting Headache, Bruise Brother, Wolf Breath, Fist Face, Swine Sucker, and Lock Lips. Kids all over the US and abroad couldn't get enough of these nasty balls and they exploded in popularity, eventually spawning a short-lived line of comic books, direct-to-video cartoons, and an array of different toy variations, including the infamous head poppers with interchangeable heads, which directly influence the modular or madular figures we'll be having a look at today. Let's do it. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Justin here. As always, guys, thanks for stopping by. I don't have anywhere to put my hands. I don't know what to do with my hands. Today, we're going to be taking a look at these 4 brand new Madballs figures from Premium DNA and Megalopolis Toys. We'll talk about the paint jobs. I'll show you the posability, the accessories, tell you how to get them, all that good stuff, and we're going to dive into that right now. Before we get started, if you could please like this video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, check out my other channel. This is my collecting channel right here. On my other channel, I do top 10 lists, movie reviews, trailer reactions. That's all movies. This is my collecting channel where I talk about toys, figures, collectibles, all that good stuff. So if you're into that, think about subscribing. But let's go ahead and dive into these figures from Premium DNA. We have Oculus Orbis and Hornhead, both from the first series in 1985. And then from the second series, we have Bruise Brother and Splitting Headache. If you guys are familiar with the original head poppers, at a glance, these look similar, but these have far better sculpts, paint jobs, and far more interchangeable and modular aspects to these as far as create your own design featuring all the individual parts of these figures. They all have different weapons, accessories, several different hand designs for each ones, and they are pretty freaking awesome. I gotta say, the paint jobs on these things, the sculpts, are all really top notch. When I first took them out of the boxes, I was honestly really impressed with the look of these. These are the very first products from Megalopolis's new toy company, Premium DNA, and the rollout was clunky to say the least. It was a long time waiting in limbo to figure out when the hell we were gonna get these toys, but they're finally here. They also just announced a collaboration with Garbage Pail Kids. There's a pre-order that you can do now. Now, would I suggest pre-ordering these? If you are prepared to wait a very long time for these and you are ready to just sort of order these and forget about it until they show up at your door, more than welcome to. But for me, I think I will wait till they go up on Big Bad Toy Store or other outlets and just buy them then. Now, the accessories are awesome. With Splitting Headache, you have a skateboard, you have this little bone accessory. I think that's with him. I may have mixed these up. A bunch of different hands for holding stuff, but the accessories are honestly really, really cool. The one he's holding here is this brain on a crowbar with an eyeball. For Bruise Brother, I have the boxing glove on there. He also has this like beehive thing, which is pretty cool. He has this bat that has these little like teeth in it and stuff from him bashing people and screws. And then of course a bunch of different hands. As far as Oculus Orbis, you have this magnifying glass with bugs on it. Maybe he has bad vision. Then you have these binoculars, although wouldn't it just be one? Wouldn't he just need one singular ocular? Then you have a telescope little thing here, and then a bunch of different hand designs. This guy kind of reminds me of Slim Goodbody for you 80s kids if you watch those videos when you were in school.
Air enters your nose, down the back of your throat it goes, and then it flows into a tube called the trachea.
There's some good like dry brushing on these to give them texture. All of the paint jobs are really good. As I'm looking at all the veins in this eye and the front of the eye here, all the paint is pretty good. I'm not a toy expert by any means. I would say it's almost like NECA level paint jobs. Then we have Hornhead. He has this ball and chain here, which is really cool. Is that plastic or, yeah, it's actually a metal chain on here. He has this turkey leg with some bugs and worms crawling on it with a little bite taken out of it. I love the color of him. This purple is awesome. The color of the eye in particular is really, really cool too. It's got this gradient with a red iris in here. And then he's also got this club with the skull on it with the blood. And again, it has this texturizing and dry brushing that it has a really dynamic look. All of the colors on here have a lot of, they're not flat colors. There's a lot of detail to these, which I really appreciate. And then you have a bunch of hands for each one. So these also have a lot of weight to them. I did notice that the parts are actually fairly easy to take off. The one issue that I did run into is some of the joints aren't as tight as I would have liked, and some of the deals, like the weapons and stuff, were kind of hard to get in there. I kind of just powered them in here. I would suggest maybe running some hot water in here if you're going to do a bunch of switching around, because once you break off a little piece in something like this, it's just done. So but these things were fairly easy to get out, fairly easy to snap back in. You have a shoulder, elbow, and hand joint that you can all move around, which is nice. The same goes for the leg. You have a hip joint, knee joint, and then the foot. Now, as far as the packaging goes, I actually really like what they did here. They have like silhouettes of all the different Madballs here. And this is a slip case that slides off. For those of you who like to collect the packaging, there is some really nice sort of throwback, really colorful 90s artwork that I really, really did, or 80s. Looks more 90s to me, honestly, but I'm a 90s type of dude. Everything looks 90s to me. So on the side of the box, you get some cool artwork, and I got footage of all this, so you'll be able to see it. So all the bullshit set aside with the weight and the shipping issues, which I didn't even get into in this video, I'm really happy with what I got. The end product is awesome. Overall, I am really, really happy with these. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you think you're gonna pick these up, I'm stoked to hear from you. I'll see you in the comments, guys. Thank you so much for supporting me and the channel and everything I do, both my channels now that I have 2 channels. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you guys. Stay weird. Remember to always be yourself, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.